The transfer portal just had one of its craziest days, as a number of game-changing players either entered or transferred to a new school. All that and more on today's episode of 4th and 10, 4 college football stories in just around 10 minutes. Now, let's go for it. Before we get to today's video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. If you're watching this video, odds are that you love college football, and odds are you aren't subscribed to my channel, so make sure to subscribe to one of the best college football communities here on YouTube. If you love college football, this is definitely the place for you. Also, if you could drop a like on this video, I would greatly appreciate it as well. It helps out with that YouTube algorithm, and it helps share this video with more college football fans. Plus, it only takes a second to do. If there are any college football videos you'd like to see covered in the coming weeks or coming months, drop a comment down below and it could be featured as my next video. Texas backup quarterback Malik Murphy is entering the portal. This move officially makes true freshman Arch Manning the backup quarterback for Texas's postseason run. Murphy said in a phone interview with ESPN he's not going to be with the Longhorns during the college football playoff, a decision that is gut-wrenching for him. I hate it. I'm super invested in this team, everything that we've done along the way and all the work we've put in together. It's hard to walk away, especially at this point during the season. Murphy said that given the time it's going to take for visits and assuring that he finds the right spot for his future, it's best for him to leave the Longhorns now. The timing and rules surrounding this suck. If he wants to remain with the team, there's a chance he wouldn't be able to enter the portal until the middle of January. By then, all of the great opportunities are likely going to be gone. Murphy is going to immediately become one of the more sought-out quarterbacks in the transfer portal. He's a redshirt freshman who has 3 seasons of eligibility remaining. Murphy started a pair of home games for Texas this season when Quinn Ewers was out with an injury. He defeated BYU and Kansas State. In those games, he threw for 500 yards with 3 touchdowns. He said that Texas head coach Steve Sarkisian gave him the option to stay and that he's appreciative of that and everything Sark did for him while at Texas. It's nothing against Texas at all. I'm doing this purely for me and my future. In my eyes, I'll always be a Longhorn and a part of this great team. I really appreciate Coach because of how accepting and helping he's been along the way. As a player here, he's been super helpful. It'll definitely take me a long way. I'm glad I was able to be coached by him. Again, this really sucks for Malik Murphy because I really wish he could have finished his year at Texas, but with how the transfer portal works, it makes sense for him to enter now and try and land at a good program, because again, if Texas ends up going to the national championship, he's not going to be able to enter the portal until mid-January, and by the time that rolls around a month from now, who knows how many quarterback spots are still going to be open. So if Quinn Ewers goes down in either playoff game, it looks like it's Arch Manning time. We have a number of players who transferred to new programs, and we're going to start with former Mississippi State quarterback Will Rogers. He announced that he's transferring to Washington. Rogers ranks number 2 all-time in SEC passing yards. During his 4 seasons with Mississippi State, he threw for 12,300 yards. After Washington had a fantastic season this year behind Michael Penix Jr., they were in search for a brand new quarterback. Will Rogers told ESPN he was attracted to the system that was run by Coach Kalen DeBoer and offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb. Washington led the country in passing yards per game as they averaged 344. Obviously, how Coach Grubb runs his offense, it's one of the tops in the country with how they score points and how quarterback friendly the system is. People started to catch on to them in 2022. That's when the whole nation took notice. Things didn't go as planned this year and I entered the portal. I had hoped that they would reach out. Rogers put up insane numbers while in Mississippi State. He's the only SEC quarterback with more than 1,000 career completions, and he had 1,300. 505 of those came back in 2021. Rogers has started 38 games and is the NCAA's number 39 career passer. If he has another season of around 4,000 yards, he could finish in the top 5 among all-time passers in college football history. Will Rogers saw his numbers take a massive hit in 2023, and that's no coincidence because former head coach Mike Leach passed away and this was an entirely new offense. Rodgers appeared in only 8 games this season and completed only 142 passes. I know I have one more crack at it. I know I had to do what I had to do, win as many games as possible. It's a place I feel like they throw the ball a lot, as we did my first 3 years in Mississippi State. That's something I'll be excited about coming in. Before we get to the rest of today's video, I'd like to share with you guys how you can win money during the football season. I've partnered with Underdog Fantasy to bring you this amazing deal. If you download the Underdog Fantasy app and use promo code Harris, they'll match your first deposit up to $500. Yep, they're giving you up to $500 of free money. I've had a lot of success all season with college football and the NFL, and you can do the exact same with Underdog Fantasy. So make every college football bowl game and the remaining NFL games that much more exciting. Use promo code Harris for a 100% deposit match up to $500. You can also sign up using the link in my description as well. Louisville had a pretty big addition in the transfer portal as they added former Alabama wide receiver Ja'Cory Brooks. The junior receiver had a big sophomore season in 2022 as he caught 39 passes for 700 yards and 8 touchdowns, but his 2023 season was a total bust. He dealt with injuries and a crowded wide receiver room, and he finished the season with only 3 catches for 30 yards. He last played against LSU all the way back in early November. Brooks entered the transfer portal last week, a few days after he didn't even suit up for Alabama in the SEC title game over Georgia. Brooks was ranked as the number 8 wide receiver and the number 43 overall prospect in the 24/7 Sports transfer rankings. He's a former 5-star recruit and was the number 2 wide receiver of his class when he came out of the IMG Academy. If he's able to stay healthy and contribute, this is going to be a massive addition for the Louisville offense. We'll wrap up today's video with one of the top defensive players choosing their new program. Ole Miss landed arguably the best pass rusher in the transfer portal, in former Florida edge rusher Princely Umanmielen. He was all SEC second team this season for the Gators. He led the team in tackles for loss with 11.5 and sacks with 7. He finished his campaign with 39 total tackles. He was considered to be a legitimate NFL draft prospect, but he decided to stay in college for one more season and decided to transfer to Ole Miss. It's been a great offseason so far for Ole Miss as they've added a number of key players via the transfer portal. More importantly, they've added some key players on defense. But Umanmielen is probably the best addition they've gotten so far this offseason. Well, that wraps it up for today's episode of 4th and 10. What are your thoughts on Malik Murphy entering the portal, and what program do you think would be a good fit for him? Also, what are your thoughts on Will Rogers transferring to Washington? Do you think he's going to see the same success that Michael Penix Jr. did? Let me know in the comments down below. If there are any videos you'd like to see this offseason, let me know, and it can be featured as my next video. Before you leave, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. I'm posting college football videos all off season, so make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. Also, don't forget to drop a like on this video as well. It helps out with that YouTube algorithm and helps share the video with more college football fans. Plus, it only takes a second to do. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.